If you're starting over after divorce and you have no clue how you're going to make it work and you're lying awake at night, totally panicked, not knowing where the money is going to come from, I was in that place too, and I know how overwhelming it can be. But from zero income and not even knowing if I could earn any money, I found a way to get back on my feet and earn enough money not just to survive, but to actually enjoy life. Divorce isn't just about the heartbreak, it's also about losing the life that you planned. One minute you had stability, maybe you put your career on hold to take care of the kids, or maybe you and your husband relied on two incomes and now you're facing the reality of covering all your expenses from one income. Or maybe you had a plan for your retirement years together and now all the calculations are completely turned upside down. It feels like there's a clear before and after, and nothing feels the same anymore. I remember feeling like my whole world has been burned down to ashes and I need to start over from scratch with the added pressure of being 50 years old and not knowing if my skills are still relevant in the job market. So the thing with gray divorce, which is what they call divorce that happens later in life, is that you don't want to spend the next chapter penny pinching, budgeting, and couponing. This is your time to enjoy life, to travel, to move abroad, to do fun things, not to feel deprived or stressed about money. So the goal is to create additional income now. That's exactly what I'm going to show you in this video, my 3-step formula for rebuilding myself financially after divorce. Create income quickly, turn that income into passive income sources so I'm not trading my time for money, and shift my money mindset and break through these limiting money beliefs that we were all raised on. So the first thing that you can do is to maximize your earnings in your current job. So if you want to create additional income, there's 3 things that you can do, and I suggest that you do all 3 of them and see what works for you. First, let's make sure that you're getting paid what you deserve. Start by doing a little online research about the salaries for your job, because most people don't even realize that they're underpaid. You can do this by checking salary comparison websites, or you can ask your colleagues. And I know it might feel uncomfortable, but be brave. This is your first step to earning more. Next, you need to start looking for other job opportunities while you're still working. Fix your LinkedIn profile if that's relevant. Apply to a few jobs and get to the point where you have a few offers. Then once you have these offers in your back pocket, you can go to your employer and ask for a raise. Now you have leverage. If they say no, you're not stuck. You have the option to walk away. It's way easier to negotiate when you know that you have other options, even though you don't need to mention them. You won't come across as desperate, and that gives you an advantage. The second way to start earning money quickly without quitting your job is to offer a service or a consultation online based on the skills that you're using in your current job. Freelancing online can easily bring an additional $2,000 or $3,000 a month. If you're a teacher, there are plenty of online platforms where you get paid to teach. If you're an accountant, you can offer bookkeeping services remotely. If you're a health coach in a clinic, you can offer one-on-one consultations online and work on your own schedule. And by freelancing, you're doing 3 great things for yourself. Number 1, you keep the stability of your job while you're creating additional income. Number 2, you're learning new skills, freelancing and working online. Number 3, you're building something that you can later grow into a full-time online business. Honestly, this is my favorite way to make money because you have the most control over it. You're not dependent on an employer and you're not required to show up at a certain time. So first, let's clarify, what is a digital product? A digital product is anything that can be delivered online. No shipping, no inventory, just something that people can download or print or watch from anywhere in the world. Ebooks, video courses, journals and planners, templates. And the thing is, you don't need to be an expert. You have decades of life experience. You've been through things, you've figured things out, you've gained skills. These are all things that people are willing to pay for because they want a shortcut to the same results. They don't want to be wasting years figuring it out. Your life experience matters more than any college degree. And the best part about digital products is that you create it once and it keeps earning for you even while you sleep. So if you want more freedom and income that isn't tied to your time, this is the way to go. These 3 things asking for a raise, freelancing, and creating a digital product can completely turn around your financial situation. And you don't have to choose just one. Try them all and see what works for you. I know that for most of us, the only financial education that we got was track your expenses, don't overspend, save money in your piggy bank as a kid and in your savings account as an adult. And that is the worst advice and the fastest route to becoming poor, because in the last 2 decades, inflation has gone up by more than 50%. And that means that the money that you had in the bank, in your savings account, has lost its buying power by more than 50%. And you don't need me to tell you that, because you can see it everywhere. The price of houses has skyrocketed, groceries, flights, gas to fill your car. Everything costs more. So if all you're doing is cutting costs, saving a little, and hoping for the best, your money is losing its buying power. You need to be playing offense. And in other words, you need to make your money work for you by investing it into assets that pay you regularly. That's the mindset shift that completely changed my life. And here are the 3 assets that generate passive income for me each month. Number 1 is dividend stocks. These are companies that share their profits with you every year just for owning their stock. And you don't even have to invest a huge amount into it. You can invest as little as $20,000 into a dividend stock that pays 5%, and you get $1,000 a year that weren't there before. And the price of the stock, if it's a good company, usually goes up, so you're profiting on that front too. Number 2 is bonds. They're like loans that you give to the government or to companies, and they pay you interest in return. US Treasury bonds, for instance, which are considered a very safe investment, are now offering interest rates between 4 and 5%. Number 3 is real estate, and you don't have to be rich to invest in properties. I bought my first investment property for under $100,000. It was a very small apartment in a not so great neighborhood, but I fixed it up and I rented it out almost immediately. You don't need to be an expert to invest in real estate. You just need some common sense and to do a little research. And of course, always minimize your risk by hiring a lawyer and a real estate agent. It's so easy to get stuck in negativity after divorce and to replay things in your head and to focus on what was unfair. But every minute that you spend doing that is a minute that you're not spending rebuilding yourself. So why would I want to do that? I make sure to protect my energy. I cut off people who pull me down, people who tear down every new thing that you try to do, people who make you feel like there's no hope. I also refuse to take part in conversations that are around limiting beliefs, like there's no good men out there, all women are the same, you can't make money online. I don't waste any energy arguing or trying to persuade anyone. I keep my focus on building myself. And the fastest way to move forward is to surround yourself with people who have already done what you want to achieve. Entrepreneurs, investors, people who have actually built financial freedom, people who have gone through it and can tell you what not to do, people who are real role models and genuinely want to help. And it's very easy to find role models because social media gives you access to people who are where you want to be. Follow them, learn from them, and let their mindset pull you up. I know that starting over after divorce is hard, but it's also a chance to build a life that is authentically you. I've worked with so many women that went from feeling overwhelmed and financially stressed to building their income within a few months. And now they can make their own choices, where to live, who to spend their time with, and how much or how little they want to work. Let's have a conversation in the comments. I read all your comments, so what resonated with you the most? Sending you a big hug.